and welcome back to the Gold Coast Convention Centre for the Jupiter's Casino National Finals Rodeo. We have just completed round 3, and what a round that was. We had records broken today.
Katie, it was a great round. You know, round 3, we've still got 2 to go. We had a national finals record broken in the team roping and a fast time at that. We've had a barrel racer that's posted 3 checks out of 3 rounds. Bull riding was awesome again. The bareback riding. Round 4 is going to be looking good tonight, I reckon.
Oh, definitely. You know, there are so many great competitors here, and we're watching all of them really closely because it's anyone's to take right now. But as we go on, it's getting more and more exciting with these times getting quicker, and, you know, the scores are getting higher in the rough stock events also.
Yeah, they are, Katie. I mean, you know, the boys know that they've got to, you know, crank it on now, and if they want to be there, it's, you know, it's still wide open. So there's a couple of big chances that were bucked off in the bull riding today, and a couple of guys in the saddle bronc riding and bareback riding that never quite got what they wanted today that were right up the top in the aggregate. So, you know, it's still wide open, so they know that they've got to screw themselves down and real damn hard if they want that buckle at the end of this rodeo.
That's exactly right. In the bareback tonight, it was a great night tonight. We did actually have a couple of re-rides, but in the end, it was Matthew Makinson that went out there and did it with a 76.
Yeah, Matty's a great campaigner, you know. He's been around for a couple of years now, and he's very consistent. He spurs his horses hard. He's very aggressive. He's a former Pro Tour champion, so it was great to see him get one on the board here tonight, and good luck with him with a 76.
Definitely, and he's also a former Rookie of the Year in 2010, and this is his second NFR. So he's doing really well coming back out here after his debut year last year.
Yeah, that's right. You know, he's had a few injury problems over the years, which has forced him out of the finals a couple of times, which shouldn't have. You know, he was right up the top and he was in great form. It's great to see him get that round win here tonight, and I know that in round 4 tonight, if he gets the right horse, he is going to be a big handful.
Now, moving on to the team roping. Wow, what an exciting day we had today. Like we said, we had an NFR record broken. The record has stood there since 1998. It was a 5.80, and tonight it was broken by a whole second with a 4.8 for Clancy Middleton and Brody Moss.
Yeah, that's right. That was great to see. You know, I was getting a little concerned there as we sort of got down to halfway or a little over halfway. Our team ropers sort of struggled a little tonight. You know, they have been roping good. We've seen in round 2 last night, we dropped a lot of hind legs and only had one hind leg. And we got to about 5 from the end, and I was starting to sweat a little, and then all of a sudden they come out and they were just one after the other, double hocking.
Now moving on to the saddle bronc, once again we had some re-rides as well. It seemed to be how it went today, but Sam Knight and Ben O'Reilly won it in the end with 79 points.
Yeah, that's right. They both posted 79 points. I mean, nothing was done in the 80s, which is fine. 79s, they were good spurring rides, and they were both aboard Gary McPhee bucking horses, so Gary will be happy. You know, they've both been consistent over the past 3 rounds, so they earned to get it. You know, they worked hard to get that #1 check, and yeah, good luck to them. I just hope they draw well again in the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I know it is getting a little hard on their bodies now as we hit round 4 tonight, so hopefully they'll be able to, everyone will be able to keep it together and just push through any injuries that they do have. Now the barrel racing, wow, I know that this is so exciting. Amber McIntyre, she came out, she won round 1, came second in round 2, and tonight come out and won it with a 13.838.
Yeah, she's unbelievable, isn't she? I mean,
now moving on to the steer wrestling, I was really excited tonight. I was even saying out the back earlier, I want someone to break that 4-second mark. And tonight, not only did Kevin Reynolds break it with a 3.55, we also had 2 other guys that broke that 4-second mark. It was really exciting. Like, you know, in the other events, they know they've got to get the job done and get out there and start putting some good times on the board.
yeah, well, you know, Kevin, it's always hard when you're coming in last, and we watched it last night with Thorpe, you know. He was last out, and he put together that great time at 3.7, and then poor old Kevin, he's sitting out the back, and he's seeing a lot of fast times being run, and I've seen a little sweat dribbling down the side of his chest.
And lastly, in the bull ride, tonight all eyes were on that bull ride today, sorry. You know, we've been keeping an eye on Reese, we've been keeping an eye on David and Brad. You know, it's all eyes on this event. We're kind of, you know, waiting to see who can take it because it's anyone's for the taking. But tonight it was actually Chris Lowe and Fraser Babington who took it with an 84 points.
Yeah, well, you know, Chris, he's a former bull riding champion from the biggest rodeo in the Southern Hemisphere, Mount Isa. He's a very, very consistent bull rider. He's mentally tough, you know. He knows what he's doing. He knows the sport very well. He's been at it for a long time, as has Fraser Babington. You know, Fraser, he's a tough bull rider. He holds the Australian record with 93 points. So it doesn't surprise me one bit to see those 2 guys come up with 84 points and the #1-2 check tonight. And, you know, once again, it's a drawing game in the rough stock. they draw good bulls again tonight. Well, you know, Reese Anglin, Brad Pearce, you know, boy, don't take it away from them. They've had great rounds so far. They drew really good bulls tonight, and they were, you know, Brad put the score on the board. Reese was thrown to the ground. Good luck to Chris Lowe and Fraser Babington. It's anyone's game. The bull riding's anyone's. It's just what you draw and how you do it.
That's exactly right. It is anyone's for the So make sure if you are down here on the Gold Coast, you do join us here tonight at all. Gates open at 6:15. It all starts at 7. And like we said, it's the last 2 rounds, so these are going to be great. And I think we're going to see even more records broken and some really great rides tonight.
Katie, I believe after today's performance, you could feel an atmosphere as soon as you walked into this convention centre today. The atmosphere was great throughout that third round performance, and I think tonight for round 4, I reckon we're going to go close to a packed house, and there's going to be one hell of an atmosphere. So I expect records to be broken. I expect something special out of tonight, and I just can't wait to get back here.
That's right. It does all add to the atmosphere, and the guys behind there can feel that as well. It gets them pumped up. So make sure you do head on down here. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, one of our biggest sponsors, Jupiter's Casino here on the Gold Coast. Make sure you check out all of our wraps from all of the rounds, and we'll see you later tonight.